What's up everyone, it's Uberswe here. Welcome to my epic journey through the first 100 days on the Gearworks SMP server. From casting lines and reeling in netherite ingots, yes, fishing for netherite. Ever wondered what it's like to fly on a bee? Well, saddle up because we're taking to the skies in the most buzzing way possible. Geared up in the finest netherite armor, I teamed up with my amazing community to take down the one and only Ender Dragon. This video is packed with adventure, laughs, and maybe a few mishaps along the way, so grab a snack, get comfy, and let's dive right into the wild world of Gearworks SMP. To start things off, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what I've been working on here in the industrial district. As you can see back here, we do have a tree farm set up, which is generating a lot of logs of different types here. We also, we have a compost here. I think Ingot had set this up the other day because, we just have a lot of sapling. And then over here, we have a bit of a farm, which is stuck again. So I think this is an issue with fabric, but I guess it might happen on Forge as well. But basically the mechanical bearing just kind of stops after a while and there's no redstone signal that's, preventing this. So you just have to like right click and it'll break all the crops and then it will start running again. But yeah, we have some Farmer's Delight rice here. We got some like carrot, we got some potato, we have flax here. Flax is great, by the way, because you can make like, I think signs with them, like canvas signs. And you can also make like string, which can make wool and all kinds of stuff like that. And we got some sugar cane, wheat seeds, all kinds of stuff. So it's really great. We have that set up. Over here, we have a building, which I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to make it look nicer. I know I have a lot of blocks like blocking everything right now, but in the future, I will clean this up. But in here, I have been breeding some cows, and this is basically because I want to get Everlasting Steak. And Everlasting Steak is an artifact which is basically infinite food, and with the Crate Storage Backpack mod that we have, we can automatically feed ourselves. So yeah, I would love to just have infinite food. Hello baby cow, thank you for interrupting my recording here. Yeah, so hopefully I'll get my infinite steak soon, and then we can turn this into like a burger place or something. We'll see what happens. So very, very tasty cows here. If we head outside here, we have a workshop up here, which I'll show you later. We'll be making a cannon for the Ender Dragon fight. Back here we have our steam engine with our iron ingot farm here. And out here, Ingot had built some really nice like docks, I guess. So we have this little harbor area, I guess you could say, with some storage boxes and stuff. And this is like the perfect place for fishing. I also put a bunch of wheat here because I need it for my cow farm. The automatic farm isn't really enough, so maybe I'll have to add another harvester farm. But yeah, back here you have like a little path. This is going to get a roof on it, and I'm going to decorate everything. This is going to get some some texture on it because it's kind of flat right now. So I'm going to texture the walls here, maybe add some windows or something. There's probably going to be some chimneys up here, so this is going to look beautiful. But yeah, basically I'm playing around with paths, making it look a little bit nice. There's also a shaft down here which is giving power to these other buildings from this main building here. And if we go over here, there's like a little bridge here which is going to go over to this other side so we can like build more stuff on the other side of the lake here. So that's kind of how I'm planning out my industrial district here. And because we're producing quite a few things right now, I have already started by setting up a shop. And the shop is done using the numismatics mod, Create Numismatics, which adds the currency to the server. So you can see here we have iron ingots, we got some red love logs, and red love logs are really hard to get. So you have to use the Fruitful Fun mod to get those. It's a journey. Like the Fruitful Fun mod has been so amazing to like figure out. So I do plan to make a guide in the future for the Fruitful Fun mod. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you can see more of my videos in the future. But yeah, basically with numismatic, you can use the coins to buy different things here. And we also have a blaze banker, so we can have like a shared bank account. Right now it's just me and Ingrid. We might add like Big Swedish and Noodle on here. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you can just go up here and buy it. And we also have this like auto restocking from up here. So whenever these shops run out of stock, there's chutes up here, just like this, that take from the barrels and put it into the shops. So there you go. And this is a beautiful teddy bear that Prancing Packy gifted to me as I was visiting the Northeast server. And we also got a warp plate from Create Rent a Plate here. So in the spawn area here, here's where you come in from the portal. And then here we have the spawn building that Rascally Rabbit built, which is a very nice looking. Oh, and there's even a shrine for the dragon egg, which we totally didn't steal from the Northeast server. Actually, I believe this might actually be from the Southeast server, because we have gotten to the end on Southeast as well. I think Northwest and Southwest may not have gotten to the end yet, so those servers are still kind of progressing. Yeah, here you have like different shops. You can get to Noodle's building blocks, Baron's train supplies, the Panda's Enchanting Tavern, which we'll visit later, and then you have like Uberswe's and Ingrid's shop. And basically the way these warp plates work, you have up here, for example. Oh, there's a block missing here. Interesting. All right. Well, up here, for example, if I right click here, you can see 3 cogs can be put in here. And then you put in a title and you click rent and you'll get the rental plate for 30 days. And you can even have like notifications in Discord. So right now I have it set to ping me whenever there's a purchase, or when the warp plate is expiring, or it's out of, like a shop is out of stock. We also have create Discord notifications, another mod. Yeah, if I had 3 of the cogs, I could rent this for 1 month, and people can, use quick teleportation to our shop. So that's something we have set up. So we just walk on the plate, and then we get instantly teleported over. Now, to fight the Ender Dragon, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some potato cannons to shoot the Ender Dragon with. What better way to fight the Ender Dragon, am I right? So, to do that, we're going to go in here to the workshop where I have everything you need to craft anything you might need. So over here, you can make train tracks with this train track machine. We have our precision mechanism machine right here. We have some crushing wheels as well if we need to crush anything. And, a deployer for casings, a mixer, 2 presses, and even a saw if we need to strip some wood or anything like that. And here we have our mechanical crafter. And with the mechanical crafter, we can take some fluid pipe, just like this, and a precision mechanism, just like this, and an andesite alloy right here, along with 2 copper ingots, and then we just give that a redstone signal, and it's going to make us a potato cannon. Now, with our potato cannon, we're almost ready to fight the Ender Dragon. But what we need to do is go and make some enchantments. To do that, I'm going to head over to Glitcher Red Panda, who has made a free enchantment shop on the Southeast server, where I'm spending most of my time right now. It makes it super convenient to get all the enchantments you might need for your armor and gear. So let's head over there. Basically, he's built this tavern here, which is really cool. And if we go in here, we have all kinds of food that we can buy from his shop here. So you see bacon sandwiches. That's actually what I'm eating right now. You can see right here. There's also cookies, a sweet berry cheesecake, melon juice, and hot cocoa, and even a slice of chocolate pie. Oh wait, there's more. Hamburgers have been added now too. Very nice. And yeah, this food is very nice and delicious. Oh, my head is tilted. That's awkward. I'll have to check that out. Maybe it's like I slept on the wrong side or something. Not sure why that is. We'll have to get that fixed before we fight the Ender Dragon, I think. But to the enchanting area. So what you can do is you can either go out through the door here and go out, like come back in the other door, or you just run upstairs like I'm doing right here. And then we get to the other side where we can run down here. So yeah, the other door is right here. And if you come in here, under the stairs here is a little elevator, and you just select 0 here, click that, and we start going down into what we hope is a good enchanting area. You never really know. Okay, so we're down in the enchanting area, and you can see there's a bunch of blazes here. So with Create Enchantment Industry, we can enchant things with these. So they just have like a book each, and then the weapons and stuff rolls on top. And you can see there's like 1,076 buckets of experience here. So plenty of experience for enchanting our things. You can even see which enchants are available here. So you have Mending, Sweeping, Fortune, Looting, Efficiency, Protection, and Breaking, Aqua Affinity, and Sharpness. I believe even more enchantments have been added, but basically all you have to do is take your potato cannon or your weapon or whatever you might have and just chunk it into the chute here. I think it lagged a little bit there, but once you do that, it should roll on the blazes here and get enchanted. So you can see mine's getting enchanted there, and then it's rolling, and then now it's here being enchanted even more. And I've also prepared some armor. So we have like netherite boots, netherite back tank, a diving helmet, and netherite leggings. So with the netherite I've gotten from fishing, we have a mod called Go Fish, which allows you to fish for rare loot crates. If you're fishing in the nether and in a soul sand valley, you have a chance to get a soul crate. A soul crate can contain netherite ingots, blocks, and netherite scraps. Here you can see me fishing, and I get a couple of scraps from my soul crate. This is pretty balanced as it's less efficient than a mining rig, for example. It took me many hours of fishing to get enough for a netherite suit. I've made these, and I've already been here to enchant them, but we could try enchanting them in case like I maybe missed something. So we'll just run it through again to see if we get any more enchants. You can see, oh, the back tank is actually getting more enchants, so maybe there was something I was missing. But yeah, here's our cannon, and you can now see our potato cannon has mending, unbreaking, looting, and potato recovery, which is going to be super useful when fighting the Ender Dragon. And then hopefully our gear will start popping out here. Yep. We got our boots, which now have feather falling and depth strider, which is really nice. So we can put those on. And then we have our netherite back tank, which didn't have capacity last time. So that's really good. I'm going to go and charge that up a little bit more. And then we have our helmet, and we got our pants. And yeah, this is what I look like now. Our head is still being tilted, but yeah, we're looking a little bit more prepared here. I do have this invisible armor here, which is actually like hiding my actual armor. And we also need our main suit. And now we're definitely starting to look geared. Look at that. We're ready to fight some people, right? But yeah, let's go fill up our tank, and we'll get back in action. And to fill up our back tank, we just come in here to our workshop, and we'll take the netherite back tank, and we'll just hook it up right here, and that should fill it right up. Now, the first thing we had to do was to find a stronghold. I did this in a live stream with my community, but I'll be going through the steps a little bit here just to show you guys what we experienced. But I'll make sure to link the live stream in the description down below if that is something you would like to watch. So what we're going to do here is we found a hole. So basically we used the ender eyes to find the stronghold. We have this mod called End Remastered, which adds a bunch of stuff and also is combined with other mods to add some structures and everything. So you can no longer use the normal eyes of Ender. You have to find some of these eyes here, which different eyes require different things. For example, an exotic eye is probably one of the easier ones to get. It only requires 2 conduits, link sacks, and some eyes of Ender, and along with some coral. So that's one of the eyes, and you need like 10 probably of these to actually open the portal. What we ended up doing is just jumping down by following one of these eyes. So that's what we're going to do here. And this is what the stronghold looks like, and there's a bunch of silverfish here. They're really annoying, actually. All right, so there we go. Once we got into the stronghold here, we had to find our way to the portal, and I believe my friend Ingrid here marked the way with these torches here. So all we have to do is just run through here and down here, and we have to watch out for the traps because I believe these let out fire maybe. There are some fans moving up there, I believe. But yeah, there's like fire traps and stuff. How uneventful. But yeah, we can go up here, follow the torch. After a while, you'll get to an elevator shaft. And you know, if you don't want to know how to solve this puzzle, you should probably like skip a little bit in the video, skip a few minutes, because it can be really fun to explore one of these structures that are part of the mod pack. You can download the Create Gearworks mod pack if you want to try this on your own, or you know, hop on the Patreon server and come hang out with us. But either way, skip forward a few minutes and you won't have to see the secret of how to solve the puzzle in here. Basically, all you have to do is jump down here in this mine shaft. The elevator is actually stopped at the right position, so there'll be like a little side door here that you can open, which will lead into a labyrinth. And in the labyrinth, there's like a bunch of traps and bamboo spikes, and you have to navigate and find your way until you find a ladder that goes down. And right here, we have the ladder. And then once you go down that, you'll be able to see a huge door here, which is currently taken apart. Basically, you can press the button here, and that will actually open the door. Oh, it was actually open, but it's a little bit broken. Anyway, so you open the door, and then you end up in the portal room, which is super cool. Now, somebody dug their way in here, so it's a little bit, you know, destroyed, but yeah, this is what it looks like. Just a really cool portal room with a lot of silverfish. Oh, man. And then once we have that, we just jump into the portal to get to the end to fight the Ender Dragon with our potato cannon. For my potato cannon, I started out with golden carrots, but then ended up having to switch to potatoes as I ran out of ammo. And now it's time to fight the Ender Dragon. It's yours unless you want to give it to someone. Yeah, share it with players who need the achievement. Where do we have the dragon? Oh yeah. Oh, the spires. You guys are so quick at getting the healing down the spires. Can I actually hit one with my cannon? No. That's gonna be difficult.
Oh my god.
Try not to look at any Enderman. Okay, I guess there's only like one up now. Do I have any blocks to build with? Oh yeah, birch planks. There we go. I'm starting to actually run out of air in my tank for the potato can. Oh man, the noise of the Enderman. I think shooting the Ender Dragon with the potato cannon is very peaceful.
Oh my god.
Well, time to get up close and personal. Alright, once the dragon comes down, I will kill it. You can try to get some dragon breath, yes. I will summon— oh no!
How did I get manage to stay up there?
I got knocked off immediately.
I got him!
David, congratulations. We fought the Ender Dragon several times, but then it was time to go find an elytra at an end city. Unfortunately, I had failed to plan ahead and hadn't made a jetpack, like some of the other players. So I ended up making bridges out of any blocks I could find, and eventually I was given some coordinates to an end city. We made our way over, and finally, I was close to getting my elytra. Yeah, I really hope I don't have aggro on an Enderman right now, because then the Enderman would definitely kick me off.
Just look into the ground.
Yeah, but Peaky or Armadillo aggroed one, and I wasn't sure if it was me or not, and I didn't want to start like building bridges. The elytra is so close, I can feel it. We made it. Thank you, Unicorn. So, I got my elytra. So, now that we're back from our adventure, we finally got our elytra. And that means I can fly around this place without having to walk back and forth. So I made a few rockets using gunpowder, which we got from washing zinc. And let's go ahead and try it out. So here we go. Let's fly. And through the tunnel. This is so nice. Finally able to see everything and just to fly around and look. However, one thing that I haven't shown you guys yet is my bee. And my bee can be found right over here. So let's land real quick. Here's Uberswe's bee. And this is a wither bee. Basically, Ingrid helped me get this, and he has a saddle. So it's a rideable bee. And this is done with fruitful fun. Let me see if I can get a sunflower maybe. Yeah, we have a few here. So I am going to hold a sunflower in my offhand here, just so the bee doesn't fly away. And then we're going to get rid of the lead. We'll grab that lead, and then we can right click. And now I am flying on a bee. Look at that. So if you don't want the elytra, if you want something that's a little bit slower and easier to control, you know, you can even like build on top of this bee. So then we can use this. So we can just fly around on a bee. And the Fruitful Fun mod has been a ton of fun to look into. It's been the work of Ingrid, who has her base right here. She has really like figured everything out and learned how to do all the traits and everything. I plan to make like a guide to show you guys how the Fruitful Fun mod works in an upcoming video. So that's also something that we will be looking at, because you can have wither bees like mine that are rideable, but there can also be bees with like all kinds of different traits. So you can also have like pink bees, for example, that are also rideable. And I believe this bee here is a faster bee. And this one belongs to Ingrid, so I'm not able to ride it. But she has many bees here, even some angry bees. You can see these bees here are used for breeding, I believe. A ton of fun stuff to show you guys in upcoming videos, and I believe this is going to be the end of the episode. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.